Watching the 2024-25 SCAC basketball media days. Today, we're taking a look at the Austin College men's basketball program. The Roos will once again be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Rodney Wecker, along with leadership from senior Ocie Berry. Hey, Coach Ocie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Russell.
having us.
Coach, we'll open up with you heading into your 18th season as the head coach of this Roos men's basketball program there at Sherman. I'm interested what you've seen as the biggest changes within your program, things that you've adjusted to, things that you've shifted on over your time there at Sherman, and ultimately, just how excited to be back here at the start of a new season and getting ready to go into this 18th year at Austin College.
Well, this year is exciting. We brought in at Austin College our largest class as student body, and also with our men's basketball program, we brought in 7 new players. We graduated 3 last year, but just the additions of all the new faces, it's been enjoyable for me from a coaching standpoint just to teach these young players our system. But some of the core values stay within our system, but maybe offensive schemes and defensive schemes kind of change over the years. I've seen even the SCAC change over the years of my 18th years here. So, school, colleges, universities come and go. We're going through another change, and next year we'll go through another change. And even with the COVID time that we had during that time, there was a lot of changes there. I think last year was kind of the first step after COVID. We had little difficulty bringing students on campus from a recruiting standpoint during COVID and then right after COVID. I think this is the final year of the COVID year for all those transfers and everyone. So, and we didn't get too many of that. Our college is not set up that way. We have doctors, lawyers, engineers, business people that are majoring in high academics here at Austin College. So we're a little different from that standpoint. We're on an Ivy League credit system, and it really bodes well for our student athletes here.
Ocie, coming into this season, obviously it's a big year for you, your senior year. But just give me a vibe check. It's game week, just a couple of days away from tipping off, this season and your senior year. What's been the vibes like in the locker room with the group? How is preseason unfolding, and what is this team looking forward to most as we get ready for the season to get underway?
We're ready, and we're excited. Yesterday we all came into practice saying like it's game week. It's time, and so now it's just getting the little things together and putting it all together and letting it fly on Friday. We're still learning a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I think we're ready, and we're gonna be right there on Friday. So,
Coach, you talked about your excitement coming into this season and kind of the energy that this group has brought. What have you learned about this team? What are some things that you want fans to know about this version, the 24-25 version of this Roos team, that has you excited and that you want your fans to be excited about coming into this season?
Well, we have a good balance of upperclassmen and younger players into our system. So it's just bringing those younger guys along just so they understand what's how we're going to run our schemes offensively and defensively. And then just the energy that we have. Ocie Berry is a great leader for us. He brings a lot of energy every day to our program. He's done some senior leadership things in the off season with our guys and everything too. So it's really nice to see from that standpoint.
Ocie, talk a little bit about preseason specifically. What's your favorite part about this time of the year? What are some things that you may think or find unique about this Austin College program that help really cultivate the culture, bring this group together, gel this group together, and how important is that portion of the season in order to set this group up for success going into the rest of the year?
Yeah, team chemistry is a lot. And with the preseason, I feel like our team chemistry came even more and more, became better and better throughout the preseason with coach telling us, every time you pass the ball, just say someone's name. The other person name out who you're passing the ball to. And so like that's something sound like a little thing, but also it's actually a big thing, getting to know your teammates, knowing to where they like the ball at and stuff like that. But a lot of preseason workouts and stuff, being able to work out with some of my lower classmen to show them like when games start, this is what coach likes, this is what gets and stuff like that. And so I feel like preseason just been amazing for us and having us just come together and just be as one.
Coach, obviously, you got the guy sitting next to you in terms of filling some of those big leadership roles. As this group kind of, finds its way at the start of the season, and you sort of fill some new roles with some players that maybe will stepping into some new spaces this season, just with the culture of college basketball. Where do you expect to see some of that leadership coming from? Who are some guys that really see yourself leaning on in terms of, finding new roles and really being those leadership, beacons for this group going into the year?
Yeah, OCB in center and a senior for us as well. Playing the forward spot. You got to have a coach on the floor, and OC does that from his position, but we also need it from a guard position. So we're fairly young in the guard position. We had some freshmen that played last year. Price Bradley, JJ June, Kiddis Gannett, Jackson Rainey's back. Jordan Hutchins back, and then OC as well. So I mean, those guys, they've been around a little bit, but you try to lean on your perimeters because they're going to run the offense basically, bringing up the ball and distributing the ball and trying to be the coach on the floor versus just everything coming from the sideline. So.
Finally, OC, as we wrap up with you, when you've had, conversations with some of the other teammates and leaders within that locker room about some of the goals and expectations, what have those conversations look like? This is a team, Coach rattled off a number of guys that were part of a group that posted its most wins since the 2019 season. So a lot of positives coming into this year. What have those conversations look like as far as those goals and expectations? And what, do you see as being key for this group in order to accomplish those heading into the year?
Taking one game at a time, and just being there for each other, making sure that no one heads are down, everybody heads is up. You make a mistake, it's okay. Run back on defense, get the ball back. And so those are like the conversations that we're having in the locker room. Like we know the type of team that we can be, but we have to set that standard and achieve that standard at a higher expectation. And so we're going to do that this year. And we have guys on the team. We have great senior leaders in me, Jackson Rainey, and Caleb Bennett, who's letting each other know, like, this is what we need to work on. This is what we got to do to get better and stuff like that. So it's a lot of conversations, but we're going to be in the mix in a SCAC tournament. We will be.
And finally, Coach, as we wrap up with you, what's been the message this preseason as things have unfolded? What have you been really, focused on with this group as you've started to prepare them and get them ready for the opening part of this season? What are some things that maybe you feel that this group does really well and you're trying to expand on and get better, or some things that maybe you see as room for improvement? What's kind of been the keys or the foundations of this preseason going into the year?
Right. Well, we all have expectations, and you got to put your work in to meet those expectations. And if we all fail, but if you bring it every day, try to do the very best you can, those expectations are met. So that's been a kind of a focus from day one for us. There are certain expectations, but you have to work through those to get to that point.
Austin College head men's basketball coach Rodney Wecker, along with leadership from senior forward Ocie Berry, the Roos will open up the 2024-25 campaign when they take on ETBU on Friday, November 8th. Coach Ocie, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.